can be taxing and so often provoke the deepest yearnings to go back to when all was so fresh and inviting. Invariably, they also return me to one point of certainty, one bedrock of the deepest satisfaction. The years, I tell myself each day, have bequeathed a pride that redeems some corner of every one of those occasions brushed by some of the sadness and regret, which I suppose is inevitable in the process of growing old, and which, in my case, will, until my last day, always be touched by the tragedy and the unshakable horror of the Munich air crash that robbed me of dear teammates and friends, and for a little while made me question the basis of a life which until then had seemed to be such a gift of extraordinary and uncomplicated riches. Now, in my 79th year, I know more surely than ever before the extent of the privilege that accumulated on the long and so often blessed journey away from that 20-year-old's pain, confusion, and despair. I know, too, in this year of golden anniversary, where to place the summer day of scudding clouds and rain and fleeting sunlight in 1966, when our young captain Bobby wiped the sweat from his hands to receive the great trophy from the smiling and still youthful Queen of England. It is on the highest ground of my experience. It is on that supreme plateau known only to the most fortunate of professional sportsmen. It is the place you find when you can tell yourself that you are part of a team of champions. This is a bond you know will last all your days. Of course, the years waged their attrition on us all. There is no immunity from that. A team of champions can seize the day, but it cannot hold back the years and their consequences. And we are depleted now. Alf Ramsey, the man who made it all possible, after telling us in his most formal style, "Gentlemen, most certainly we will win the World Cup." Bobby and Alan Ball, the majestic captain and the insatiably optimistic, ever-scuffling young hero, have gone. And in their huge absence some of us fret about each other's well-being as well as our own. We go to our annual reunion, we reconjure the past, and we wonder sometimes if perhaps it is time to put aside the ritual. But then one of the sturdiest among us, maybe George Cohen or Jeff Hurst, says that we should go on, that we have something we should never willingly surrender. The still vivid memory of a day when all our hopes and all our strivings were fulfilled in a way that, even as it was happening, we knew we were never likely to surpass. When I see my brother Jack, never far from the surface is that feeling we shared when we embraced on the field of celebration after he held out his arms and said, "What about that, kidder?" And I agreed we had a moment that we could share forever. Like members of so many families, we've known times of dislocation and, yes, outright strife, and I will always regret that sometimes they became public. But the years do bring some healing, and for us the sharing of that great moment has been an iron link of experience and achievement that we have always known can never be broken. My dearest wish now, at this late hour, is that I could still easily rekindle such emotion with each of the comrades with whom I shared that day of triumph. With Ramsey, Moore and Ball, it is no longer possible, and with Nobby Stiles, the companion who became so close and precious to me, it was as though we also shared the same blood. It has become difficult in the extreme. It means that now he resides, for me, solely at the core of my memories of some of the happiest and most tumultuous days of my life. Nobby was inaccessible the last time I visited him in his home in Stretford, so close to Old Trafford, the great passion of our lives. He was present, but it seemed only physically. He had never been so remote from me, and I was shattered by the strong feeling that he no longer knew who I was. When his wife Kay came with me to the door, I could not